It's time for Blue Peter.
Hello.
Hi. Now that was Katie on a special mission. You can find out a little bit more later.
You can indeed. And the year 2000 is a leap year, so what better way to start than with an acrobatic display? There'll be more from them later.
Yep. Oh, they're very good, those ladies. And now, even if you missed Blue Peter on Friday, you've probably heard that we dug up the time capsules buried by the presenters of 71 and 84, because we've been hitting the headlines again.
Television history. Blue Peter recover time capsule.
And here's one we buried earlier.
Now then, if you did catch Friday's programme, you'll know that while the time capsules were found intact, water had seeped into the boxes and damaged the contents.
Nothing left in there.
As soon as they had been opened, we rushed them to experts to preserve the contents. And the good news is that thanks to lots of help, we've managed to save much of the material from both boxes.
The 1971 box included a whole set of Blue Peter books that were available at the time, including one about television. And if you look at it, you can see John Noakes is trying himself out as a bit of a cameraman on the front. He's doing good,
he's doing good. Now, the theme tune to Blue Peter has always been Barnacle Bill, but over the years there have been many different arrangements. In 1971, there it is, the theme tune would have been played in by the gram operator on a machine just like this. Oh, that brings back memories, and on it is the very tape from the box.
Wow, that is quite amazing that it's still playing, but I'm going to have to ask you to switch it off. Thank you very much, Simon, because by 1984, the theme tune had been remixed by Mike Oldfield and had even been released as a single. Now, this is what music used to look like, and the record's a little bit scratchy after life in the box, it has to be said, but it has survived. So let's cue it up. Here we go. And take it away, Mr. Oldfield. Oh, beautifully mixed. Just call me DJ of the day, if you will. I'm going to turn it up a bit louder so you don't notice how bad that was. Isn't that lovely? That takes me back to being little.
Now, unfortunately, most of the photos and the film in the 1984 box had disintegrated, but there was better news about the can of film in the 1971 box and the photos as well. And you can see that it was a little bit muddy, but thanks to the hard work of the BBC Tele-Cine unit, it's been cleaned up well enough so that we could actually load it into a projector and have a little look.
And this is the moment of truth. After 29 years in the ground, will it play? And there it is. Well, it might not be a digital image, but that is John Noakes on one of his famous action films. Oh, I love seeing that. That brings back some memories.
I'll tell you what's amazing, that actually worked, though, after all that time in a soggy box.
I know.
Quite amazing.
They did good. Now, of course, digging up these two boxes has left a huge hole in the Blue Peter garden in more ways than one. Earlier, we joined Matt, who was looking into the situation.
Well, this is more like a mine than a hole. But you know what? The new millennium isn't just a time for digging up old capsules. No, it's also a time for burying new ones.
It certainly is, and people all over Britain are going time capsule crazy, aren't they, Matt?
They certainly are.
It's amazing. Now, our time capsule that's buried underneath the Millennium Dome was put together by Blue Peter viewers, and it's things that they loved in the 20th century that they thought children in the 21st might like to see. But out here in the Blue Peter garden, we want to bury a time capsule that's all about the programme and us, and we want to pack it with things that will tell the next generation of viewers all about Blue Peter at the turn of the millennium.
But before we bury anything, we need to make sure that our time capsule is sturdy so that it can keep everything inside it safe and well protected, because in the last capsule, things got a little bit soiled.
Slightly.
A bit
nasty.
Well, have we got this capsule, then?
Yeah?
You've got it, haven't you, Katie?
No, I was bringing the book.
Well, I haven't got it.
You were bringing it.
Don't know.
Who was bringing the capsule?
Don't worry, guys.
Oh, we got it.
Right on cue.
Well done.
Lovely.
There we go.
Isn't it?
Isn't that nice? This time capsule is probably a lot bigger than the ones you've got at home, but that's because there are 4 of us and we've each got loads to put in it. Now, the great thing about this time capsule is it's made of very strong plastic, so hopefully this time it's not going to rot. And just to make sure that each item is in pristine condition when we dig it up, we're going to put every item in one of these plastic bags and seal it.
What a good idea. Now, as you know, the time capsule that's buried under the Millennium Dome is due to be dug up in the year 2050. What about this one? Well, this will be coming out in the year 2029, and that is because the original Blue Peter time capsule was buried for 29 years, and so we thought it was appropriate that this one is as well.
Yeah, now if you're 8 years old today, then you'll be 37 years old in the year 2029. And there'll be like a whole new generation of Blue Peter viewers, and it could even be one of your children. Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
Right then, we've got the capsule.
Yep.
We know when it's going to be open, so all that remains to do is to fill it.
Let's pack it.
Yeah, now we know what was in the last capsules that were opened. There was the book, there was the film, and the tape of the sounds. So I think it's going to be a very good idea to start with by putting in the Blue Peter book. Book number 29
People will probably open that up and go, who are they? Weird faces on there.
Now, this is where, in fact, those bags come in, very handy.
Luce, look!
To protect, just in case anything should happen, Lucy, what do you think?
She can see herself on it, that's why.
She says, look at me, look at me. So
Put
let's
it in, put it in!
pick it up and put it in.
No. Bless her.
There we are.
OK, now, it was fantastic to see the John Noakes clip earlier on, and to give viewers in 2029 a chance to see the show as it is now, we're going to enclose a copy of the 1999 Best Bits and also a copy of Friday's show in which we dug up the old boxes. And we're going to put in a VHS copy of these, which is the tape that's been around for years, and also a special BBC Digi-Beta copy so that hopefully they'll be able to watch one of these tapes.
Cool. It's a bit of an ongoing story because we've only just dug up the last 2 time capsules and now we're burying a new one. And to let everyone know just who it was burying the time capsule, we're going to put in a photo of ourselves, and there's also photos of the pets in there so everyone knows who the gang were at the time.
Good
and
stuff.
also we're each going to put in our own contribution, and I'm going to put in a CD because I like listening to music. In it goes...
I've decided to put in my old mobile phone because I wanted people to see what technology was like on the turn of the century. So, Connie, there you go.
Now, when I first joined Blue Peter, one of the first things I ever did was go to Mongolia and live with a family for a week. And I bought myself this ring so that I could remember the whole thing. And I've also put an explanation here so that everyone in 2029 will know why I've put a ring in.
I'm going to put in a Geordie Phrase book, because occasionally nobody knows what on earth I'm talking about.
Why,
So in we go, we'll put that in. And also, we'll have a picture here of everybody who's working on
we
the
love
team
them.
at the moment.
Get
There
them
we are.
in there.
Very nice. Now, one of the most popular parts of Blue Peter is, of course, the makes. So we're going to put in one of our most popular makes, which was a pet make. And here is George in his little bag. Lovely.
Nice
Very
hibernation
cosy.
period of 29
29 years, lovely. Now, one of the biggest moments in the programme's history was its 40th birthday, so we're going to be putting in one of these special edition 40th birthday gold medallions, plus a complete set of Blue Peter badges. Look, there's even a gold one on there. Fabulous.
So, all that's left to be done is to seal the capsule and bury it somewhere here at Television Centre, and then wait until the year 2029.
So make sure you remind everyone to dig it up.
Oh, yeah.
Won't we
I hate
hear
to say
them?
this, but the years will fly by. Mark my words.